Hey guys, on here today we're going to be finally closing out the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. We've reacted to the first two films and I've had a blast with them, man. They are just so full of heart, energy, wonder, and whimsy, and just all the feels. This series so far has lived up to a lot of the praise that I've heard over the years. With the transition from 1 to 2, I'm very much excited to see what the transition is like from 2 to 3, especially considering the substantial gap of time between the first two, like in universe, not even talking about the time between making of the movies, but like the in universe time skips, like the changes in the world, the relationships, the aging of the characters, and the themes that they're dealing with. I was really kind of taken aback by that in the last film in like a pleasant way, just to see like how much time has passed between the last time we picked up with them. And I'm curious to see if that trend continues on. Just looking at the cover art, I imagine some even more time has passed at this, because everybody looks very different to me. With that said, we're going to go ahead and hop into this. If you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you come over to the channel, it gives you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes of my reaction to the entire film. Over there, you also get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel, and you also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, trying to make it worth your while. Sure, can always support the channel, guys. If you enjoy this reaction, I would really appreciate it if you leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, and let's go ahead and hop into How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Oh, this is a very different DreamWorks opening. I've never seen this one. I like that. We're dragon traders. Yo. Wow, what a reveal.
What are you?
Liberators, that's what we are, man. That is so badass.
Just a guy here to rescue these dragons. Through fire! Dragon scales! Dragons shed a lot. Oh, I know a demon when I see one. No human legs are that skinny.
Dude.
Your worst nightmare.
Behold.
Along with his sister, who insisted on coming.
That's my intro?
Guys, too soon. You always come in too soon.
Oh my god.
I had him right where I wanted him.
And now he's right where I wanted him. Let's get to work.
Okay, we screwed that up. But at least nobody else knows we're here.
Oh yeah. About that.
Look at this weirdo. Bet it's super dumb.
I was licking its eyeball.
Obviously.
Also,
Get the rescues out of here!
aside from just seeing how much things have changed and the characters have grown between each one, I love seeing how the technology used to animate these evolves as well.
Now, go get the rest, bud.
I thought this was supposed to be a stealth mission.
Yeah, they always start that way.
Your team isn't great at stealth though, my guy. Oh, mama. I was like, who the hell is this? For a second. Wow. No capes. Oh, whoa. That looked like a white Night Fury.
You always have my back, bud.
At least it looked similar. Like the eye shape was definitely the same. What I could get to the body seemed similar. Holy shit. Dude, look at this place.
Your new home away from home.
Dude, it just keeps getting better.
Well, not us. We've got something no one else can touch. We, my friend, have dragons.
I love the new intro as well every time we check in. Like keeping the same cadence, the same vibe, but you hear how Burke has evolved each time. The sheep are wearing dragon scales too. They're like, we gotta protect these sheep.
He could train a lot harder for one. That was pretty sloppy.
Astrid does have a point. Perhaps you all rely a little bit too much on your dragons.
Only a little. Aside from Astrid. Dude. They should possibly invest on not living on an island anymore.
Hey, bud, you wanna do something here?
Dude, I love that he's an alpha now, dude. I love that. One, he's just so tiny compared to the rest of them, but like that command.
Point is, you can't keep bringing dragons back here.
Dude, this place is so jammed packed. They need more room.
We have the alpha. Would you look at how happy they are?
She's awesome.
Gobber, relax. We did it.
Dude, is he crushing on Hiccup's mom, man?
Oh, sanitary. Gobber, you're not fooling anybody. I know you love them. Astrid, don't be like that.
Whoa, that is a definitive no. Look, if you need a beard to cry on, just lean on my shoulder. Thick beard.
Oh, thank you, Tuffnut. Thank you so much.
Oh, hey! I forgot about him. Now, this is the dragon army I was expecting when Drago was talking up his fleet.
Yes, since Drago's defeat. And no further along with your dragon army, I see.
You can thank the young chief of Burke for that.
So Drago was involved with them.
Why bother me?
Because the flock is protected by a night fury.
Not possible.
Well, it seems one slipped through your fingers.
Oh, wow. Wait, so did he kill all of the Night Furies?
The only dragon they left us from last night's raid.
A female?
So it is.
When all is said and done, this young chief will bring me the Night Fury.
Wow, man. What was on that bolt that took that thing down, man? The scales didn't do anything. Now it's just back to good old people and people.
Oh, all
And
right.
dragons just being
You do know
stuck
it's
in
not
the
a chew
middle.
toy, don't you? Is this what you want? Oh, do you want?
Me the first time was not enough.
Oh, so this is where you come to get away from Gobber.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That kind of is his leg.
Dad used to talk about an old mariner's myth of a secret land at the edge of the world where dragons live totally out of reach.
Well, sailors are known for tall tales.
True. But what if it's real? It could be the answer to all of our problems.
How? By moving the dragons there?
All of us.
Seriously. And abandon our home of 7 generations?
Asgard is not a place. It's a people. And home is where you make it.
Gobber's advice and tie the knot. That should fix everything. But hey, if you're having doubts about yours truly, I'm pretty sure Snotlout's available.
Eyes for your mom.
Oh, playing dirty now, huh?
You asked
Aw.
for it. Looks like there might be a wedding after all.
Imagine if he turned out to be his stepfather. Oh, God. They're adorable, man.
You knew what you were getting into.
Right.
What was that? Uh-oh. Are they gonna honeypot Toothless? Oh, it's so sparkly. Hiccup? Yeah.
A light fury.
Yeah,
Light
yours
fury.
is better, probably.
So is it just a female or a different species then? The scale patterns, aside from being like different colors, are also different textures as well.
Trust me, relationships are nothing but pain and misery. What did I just say? Am I not enough?
Not in that way.
I never took you for a romantic.
But it's so sweet. I mean, look.
Oh, he's mimicking the other dragon's little courtship dance.
That's weird.
Yeah, you better do something.
Seriously, I'd rather shovel poop all day than watch that.
Feel free to keep doing it then, my guy.
Hey! What am I wasting my time here? You see some shiny thing in the woods? Ooh, what is that?
That's what he was shooting with. That's what his bolt shot. It's probably like a tranquilizer or something like that. Because obviously the one he shot before was still breathing.
Hey!
Jesus. Oh, was she like so aggressive trying to warn him, or?
And lay a trap in the woods.
It ruined boy talk.
Oh! Man, Hiccup's not dumb, man. I love it. Oh, there he is. Wow.
May I? Chief Hiccup. Do I say Chief Hiccup? Or do I call you Hiccup?
That was a good one, actually.
Did we get him?
Oh. Smarts. Holy crap.
Astrid, look out!
Damn. I knew that was too good to be true, man. These dragons are wild.
I will destroy everything you love.
F. Murray Abraham. I don't recognize him. I might know his voice from other things, but I don't recognize the actor
Settle down, please.
from the Amazon
Fishlegs.
image.
Have you ever seen that species of dragon before? Underestimated him. Now that's on me. But I will not do that again.
We're Vikings. We don't run from a fight. At least I don't. You might.
I agree. Where might that be?
He's talking about a quest for the hidden world. The hidden what?
We are dragon people. It's where we belong. Look, I know this is our home, but Burke is more than this place. We are Burke, the people, the dragons. I say Burke is wherever we go.
Hell yeah.
I'm with him! Who else?
Thank you, one of the nuts. I still don't know which one's which. These sheep, dude.
What you picking up on, bud?
Where'd you go? Is she made of skull?
No. I know, like, it'll probably turn around in the end, you know, but I don't think right now we need to be trusting this thing.
Oh, hey, it's really nice to finally...
Ha! 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 Holy shit! Me or him?
Not a word.
Yes. But where did they go?
They're trying to put distance between themselves and enemies to the east and south. And night furies cannot fly long distances without rest.
Oh, shit.
Their flight path must include stops.
Potty break!
Dude, this guy's smart.
They can only have gone.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
This fun? Yes? No. Yes. Yes. Where's your love of the hunt?
I like this guy. He's way more interesting than Drago in such a short amount of time, too.
Now about that voice, can we lose the whole honking goose thing? It's hard to imagine wedded bliss with that going off every minute.
Oh my god.
Toothless, no, it's too early.
Guess who's back? Back again. Oh, wow. Can he do that? Playing hard to get because she's a double agent. Gotta love Toothless, man. So my question now is, are there female Night Furies and male Light Furies, or is a Light Fury just a female Fury? Or is Fury their classification, and the Night and Light is just an additional descriptor? What the hell? What a... What? He looks so stupid. I love it. Oh, no, he's doing the other thing. Stop. Please stop. You lose. This is so cute and just hilarious. I don't know what he meant by that. I don't think this was what he meant. Wow, he's actually gotten pretty good compared to before. Yeah. See? God, he used to just be scribbles. I love their sounds. Like the sound design in all these films, really, for all the dragons, but specifically their vocalizations. I really like it.
You'll need to fly without me, so time to give this new and improved baby a shot. What do you think, bud?
How? How?
No, save it for your girlfriend. Go on, get out of here.
I'm glad he can finally fly on his own, despite it not adding up. Look where you're going. Every time he looks away while flying after the last two movies, man, I'm just like, please, eyes on the road. He's like, now what do I do? Seriously, I can't stop thinking about how does he control it. Hey, she's way too picky if she didn't accept you how you were. No. Cut out. That is toxic behavior. You gotta hit it when it pops, it seems like. Oh. Holy. Oh, that tuckered him out, though. That was crazy. Well, that's pretty.
Probably
probably having the time of his life.
How would I know? She never comes around. And when she does, she's always rushing off. I'm saying, how do we know if she's right for us?
Us?
You know what I mean. She's so wild and skittish. I'm just gonna say it. I don't trust her.
He's being such a dad. I love it. What in the world?
Who? Those bloody hobgobblers. I swear they're popping up faster than rabbits. I think they want to eat me. Evidence would suggest I'm tasty.
Hickey,
So, hold up. Is it real or is he just seeing things now?
lose the limp. No one's gonna marry that.
I have a prosthetic leg. If Grimmel is leading them here, we have to take him out of the mix.
And how would we do that?
By going there to capture him.
Oh, so they produce this stuff. That's nifty. But, knowing how things have been going, he probably suspects this exact response. They really don't deserve to be here. Just Astrid, Valka, and Eret, and of course Hiccup. I think are the only people I would trust on this mission, man. Yep. Here it is.
Why are you doing this?
Unlike you, when I was a boy and I came upon a night fury, I killed it where it slept. That simple act of courage made me a hero in my village, so I decided to kill every last one, bringing real peace to the people of this world. Until you came along, preaching that dragons are something other than thieves and murderers. That nonsense dies now, starting with you.
But you have dragons of your own.
These, they're dragon killers, drugged into obedience with their...
Wow. This whole like bigotry stance is interesting.
Up here!
His motivations are a lot less shallow than Drago, I'll say. A lot more shallow. Drago was like, he was afraid after the attack, and he was like, I won't be afraid anymore. I'll be the thing that makes them afraid or others afraid. I think that's more grounded and relatable than that. He's just like, no, they're bad. They did some damage, and I found out that people liked it when I took them out, so I just did all of them. Like, paints them all with this blanket brush stroke. And he got recognition for doing what he did, so he's chasing that high. And that, at least unless there's more to it, that's based on what he said there, that's the entire read I've got. Made it his life's mission.
Baby everywhere.
What are you doing?
Right, Ruff?
Wait. Where is Ruffnut?
We left her behind?
How could you not notice she was missing? You ride a two-headed dragon.
What the hell?
I feel like how Ruffnut is every day. Dumb.
But yeah, like, he made it his life's mission to just eradicate this thing that he doesn't like or care to understand. Well, he cares to understand it so that he can eradicate it. The only good dragon is one that helps him kill more dragons.
Look, I'll figure it out. I just need more time.
Damn. But, despite his motivation being very flat, he's a much more interesting character, though.
We will get Ruffnut back. Don't worry.
Worry? If they're stuck with Ruffnut, I'm more worried about them.
Why the long face? I mean, mine's long, but yours is really long. All face and no brain, like you got stretched at birth. Do you have a twin, too?
Jesus.
My braids are like little Zippleback, see? Rawr, rawr. Yeah! Even the mold spots look like eyes.
She's got mold in her hair.
I know what you're thinking. You've never had a prisoner this hot. I'm allergic to fish, you should know that. That's all they have at that stupid new island.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any clams? They're like little mouths with slimy food inside that's already chewed like the way Mom used to do it. Until I turned 12 and she was like, chew your own food. And I was like, no, I kind of like it.
Oh my God.
Stress is not good for you. So long, losers!
But he can follow you now. Dude. Wow. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Dude, this is awesome. The variety and the imagery in this series is astounding to me. Like I'd love to take a dive into a lot of the concept art for this series, man, because it's just so gorgeous when they realize it. And I'm sure there's a lot that didn't ever get touched upon, like ideas they didn't expand or didn't have time to include and stuff. But this place is wild. Wait, there's more. There was 2 Light Furies over there.
Now that's a king.
So maybe she wasn't a double agent this whole time. I just don't know why he let her out then. If it was just in the hopes to drive this wedge between Hiccup and his dragon. Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
We should go.
Oh no.
Great. Dude, that thing's huge. This makes me sad, man.
Sometimes it hurts, but in the end, it's all worth it. There's no greater gift than love.
There's also no greater pain either.
Call them off, Alpha. No reason for her to die.
Oh, wow. What a dick. And he's a dangerous guy, man.
Oh, don't feel too badly. You tried your best, but you are nothing without your dragon.
Bullshit. That's not true. But damn, man, letting her go, just knowing that her interaction with Toothless could drive this wedge, played right into his plans so nicely. Holy shit. There was a lot of ships, but I didn't think there were that many. Dude, they just went off into the horizon, man.
Person I am today because of you. I never told you that, but it's true. You are the bravest, most stubborn, most determined knucklehead I know.
And you're fucking brilliant.
Do about it.
Probably something stupid.
That's the Hiccup I know.
Oh. But seriously, man, the stuff he can just build, let alone, is a huge value to their society, man. That brain of his, that heart of his, so valuable.
So, jump off the cliff in these. That's the best you've got?
No, you guys are the best I've got.
Well, then we are dead.
Just have luck controlling them without an alpha.
But can't just any dragon become an alpha? Because he's not like the same species as the giant mega dragons. But he was still able to command them of his own accord by standing up to them and breaking that connection. Does that mean the possibility exists for any dragon to accomplish something similar? Go, go, Dragon Rangers!
Perfect timing! Game faces!
Yeah! What are you waiting for? Get in there!
Oh my god, just leave him behind. He never does anything! Oh, they're still stuck to it, so they're going down with the... What would you call that? It's not exactly a ship.
Heads up!
Holy... That guy's dead.
Thanks.
I thought they were just gonna start making out, dude. Jesus. Wow, that thing booted him.
Follows.
Dude, he's pulling a Green Goblin. Which one are you gonna save? God, man. Man, I hope those other two dragons, I mean, I know they've been helping the bad guy and all that, but like, I hope they get out and don't just drown, because that's messed up. Okay, well, there was 2 that were free and 2 that were still attached. So, I guess we still have to wait and see if the other 2 didn't just get dragged to their demise.
More free, 4 to go!
Dude, that one's badass.
We're a team!
You brought a baby to a battle.
Wait a second, hold on. That's David Tennant! I didn't pick up on that before. There's no other Scrooge McDuck way he could have said that line.
Cute.
Okay, he does see it.
You're cussed.
Oh my god! Dude, they're like termites. They're like ship piranhas.
I guess you're not so bad after all.
I don't know, man. That dragon unsettles me. Wow. That couldn't have worked any better. Alright, well, it's just down to these 2 now. Or 6. Holy shit. Toothless is dangerous. I love it. Okay, that's all 4 of them. So the other 2 didn't drown. Oh. Oh no. That. Call the lightning. And now Hiccup is dead. Oh, that's so badass, dude! No! Oh, it's gonna come down to him and her.
Over a dragon? That's your plan?
They're gonna have to save him together.
Save him.
Oh, he's gonna let go. Oh, his wing's torn too. I'm tearing up, man. Dude, this Grimmel guy's a petty little bitch, making sure he rips the wings before they hit the ground. She's gonna be like, I'll save both. Oh, all right. We don't have a name for you yet. You're all right. I'm sorry I doubted you, but you were a little bit of a selfish little bitch in the beginning, but that's okay. Most cats are. And we all know these Furies are just big, scaly cats. Oh, and the music swelling.
Eret may be blessed with brawn, but just between us, you have the brains.
Number one.
Stop encouraging him.
You've looked after us for long enough. Time to look after yourselves.
I don't think that's the right call. Living in segregation? Is that really what's best? I mean, I guess for their safety.
Why, my good girl.
All right, Grumpy. Off you go. So long, you big ugly beast.
We're too much of a detriment to them, really, in the grand scheme of things. Not everybody's going to be like these people of Burke, as we've clearly seen. Damn, this breaks my heart, man.
Go on, bud. Lead them to the hidden world.
Because our world's not ready for this.
Our world doesn't deserve you. Yet. Go, Toothless.
Get out of here! Go! Damn. That's a beautiful shot. No, I'm kind of surprised we never had a 3-headed or even 5-headed dragon, you know, like a little Tiamat somewhere in here. But we've had those double-headed dragons. Oh, wow, look at this place. It's way less crowded now, though. Aww. Aww.
Oh, gross. Okay, you win. I like sensitive guys.
She is an enigma, man.
There were dragons when I was a boy.
Oh.
It's like gigantic, scary birds. Little brown scuttly dragons that hunted down the mice and rats.
Oh.
Preposterously huge.
Look at this handsome devil, dude. Look at him.
Others say they were nothing but folktales to begin with. I'm okay with that.
Okay, well, I don't know that that confirms anything, because that could, I don't know.
Remember me?
It's okay.
Hey, I am glad to see you too, bud.
He's not gonna eat your Go on. It's all right.
Come. He won't hurt you. Hold your hands out. Like this.
Like Chris Pratt. I love this soundtrack, man. Hey, that one can do it. Oh, they even have like multicolored patches.
More lava spews from the earth. It's the dragons, letting us know they're still here. Waiting for us to figure out how to get along. Yes, the world believes the dragons are gone, if they ever existed at all. But we Burkians will guard the secret until the time comes when dragons can return in peace.
Damn, dude. Ugh, that was really good. Oh, this clip show of the first movie. Oh, tear my heart out, why don't you? Is there actually like anything in this one at the end? Holy man, dude, I am like losing it at the moment. Oh my God. Dude, this one was hands down my favorite of the three. This is so good. And just like, not just like, you know, there's so many elements to it. I just think it like narratively, it flowed so well. Performances, I think, were the best they've been in the series. The visuals, you know, you can say what you will about how much that should matter and stuff because technology was where it was and it clearly advanced and made things look better and easier for them to animate. But it was beautiful, man. The music has always been stellar in this franchise, and I really think this one just kind of kept ramping that up. And then I found the villain way more interesting. You know, we didn't quite have one in the first one because it was really just the idea of this belief in dragons that was kind of being challenged in that first movie. His father and that bigotry, that stigma that came from this constant conflict that had been brewing all the time. And this kind of bookends that because we're seeing how, you know, the second film where we started to really kind of dabble in that and how that really Burke is the only ones that have been able to kind of overcome this prejudice of dragons, of this fear because of the danger they impose, when that's just them defending themselves just like any other animal would when they're threatened themselves or trying to survive on their own. You know, they go out to hunt, to eat, not to maim or kill, not out of any malicious kind of thing. And then it's just a cycle that nature kind of perpetuates and we kind of like superimpose ourselves into. And Burke was able to overcome that with the help of Hiccup, who had this heart, this strength, this mind to kind of see another way, a better way, and see the truth of it all, just like his mother did, as we learned in the second one as well. And as Burke started to evolve, we know that over this slow, steady change that was happening here on this island that's all on its own, the rest of the world, however, in its interactions and its intermingling and its expanse, is a lot harder to change. You can maybe change one or two minds and maybe start a trickle effect, but like for larger exponential change that wouldn't be necessary to stop this fighting would take decades, centuries, even longer, and maybe not even feasibly possible. You know, I like the sentiment and the idea of it though, the hope that maybe one day the world would be ready to be at peace with dragons, but you know, a lot of it's harder to change minds than you think, man, especially on such a scale. And I like that kind of became a theme of these films as well, as like this balance of nature and humanity and this coexistence, and whether or not these beasts that carry this power are something that can intermingle and coexist with the greater world. You know, like here, they're like, even in our world today, you know, there's a lot of people that like live side by side with animals, like integrate them into their lives, understand, respect, and understand the balance of nature and all this stuff, and don't antagonize. But then you still have people that game hunt. And I'm not talking like hunting for food or hunting, for necessity, but just hunting to hunt. The sport of it, not using what you take, not for survival, not for use or necessity, but just to do it. Like, there's violence just for violence. There's people who choose not to understand another walk of life. And you can project this dragons and humans conversation into just people of other cultures even. Like, I talked about this a little bit before. Like, you could equate the dragons to any other culture, and you can kind of see that, oh, we're integrating over here. We're combining and bringing our resources together. We're becoming this utopian society, and the rest of the world just cannot understand or refuses to accept something outside of themselves. And you can put that into any other kind of pocket and make it into a comparison of just real world prejudice of any kind of type, really, when it boils down to it. And you see that even here with this villain. Like, I like this villain a lot more. He was a much more compelling and interesting villain, even though his motivations, I think, are weaker than Drago. Personally, Drago was just a one-dimensional kind of character, though I understood where he was coming from. Because of the things that happened, he witnesses the destruction of Dragon, he's lost his village, some of his people he's lost to these beasts who, just trying to survive, do what they do. They are destructive, they are huge, they hunt, and sometimes in the wake of that, people get hurt in the crossfire of it all. He grew up fearing these creatures, so he made it his life's mission to own that fear and reverse it. He was like, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I'm going to make the world afraid. And while he never forgave dragons and never saw them as anything more than tools or obstacles to overcome, rather than something to understand, to coexist with, and like try to empathize with and see that other side. Because sure, like every other side of things, like there's going to be conflict and stuff like that, but there's always like there's always something behind the veil that we're not always looking at from our side of the fence that comes with tribalism and all this stuff. And like, maybe we're reading into this way more than I need to, but like, I get where he's coming from in that way. Even though when we're introduced to him, he doesn't really do a lot with it. He's just kind of like brooding and there. I don't know. He wasn't that interesting of a obstacle. While I understood his motivations, where he's coming from, he didn't really impose himself all that much to me. This guy, however, is kind of the opposite on both of those. But from where he's introduced to us in the movie and the way that he makes himself an antagonist to Hiccup and this group, this way that he's able to not just be a physical threat or a powerhouse threat or anything like that. He's manipulative. He's a planner. He's a strategist. He's a thinker. He's a psychological villain. I always find them way more interesting. Like, everything he does is with a purpose. He's always the smartest person in the room in most cases. And I like that. Like, he knows people. He knows what he's hunting. He's one of those people that kind of reminds me of Thrawn in a way, though Thrawn is a whole other kind of level. Like, where he understands his target to a point where he can really kind of get in their headspace and know what they're going to do, how they're going to react, how they're going to counter-strike, and plan ahead for that. And for contingencies for when things change or backfire. He was just brilliant. He was like, I don't know. I really liked him as an antagonist for the film. Though, when his motivations were explained, it was like, well, dragons were dangerous. They attacked my people. I killed one. I managed to kill a Night Fury. And people seemed to praise me for it, so I just decided to kill more. Like, that's so veiled and flat as far as motivations go. But thankfully, the presentation, his character design, his attitude, his threat level, his intelligence, his charisma, the performance behind him, and like, I love Jimon Hunsu and all that. It's just, the film, maybe it was the writing, I think, for Drago just didn't really deliver on what was going to happen there. While I still love the second film, I do think these films got exponentially better. This one, I think, did all the right things. Like, even though his backstory, his motivations for what set him down this path to wanting to exterminate all the Night Furies is very paper thin, the character that it created and the antagonist that it created was just so interesting to me. And then I love seeing, even though it's a year after the last one, like I had seen the image of Hiccup grown up, like with the full face beard and all that, and I thought that was going to be the Hiccup we got throughout this entire movie. So I was kind of surprised in the beginning, because that's all I had seen from this was that image. Because every film is like a different point and stage in his life, and it's a development in his confidence and his role as a leader, as a man, as a person in this world, as a pillar in this world, and finding his own voice, his confidence, and his, learning that there's always kind of another way that doesn't, result in pain or, distrust or, again, prejudices. Like he's lives his life with an open mind and an open heart. And that's really, at the end of the day, for an idyllic world, the way you would hope for most people to do it. And people are still, rightfully so in a lot of ways, defensive, closed off, because people just aren't always that trusting. And that's why I like this, because that's the realization too here, that they've been fighting for this world that they want to have, but the rest of the world just isn't ready for it. That isn't mature enough for it. And by doing what they're doing, it just paints a big old target on their back to all those people that fear what they have. As painful as it is, and at the end of the day, he's got to send them off, because they're just in danger. They're at threat. They're at risk. Their whole species is in danger of being imprisoned, enslaved, and used as tools, even to hunt their own, like with those 4 that Grimmel had kind of enslaved to be little dragon hunters for him. It's just like they're just being turned upon each other. And this whole thing is just such an allegory for racism and just xenophobia in general, and just fear of the unknown and fear of change. And this series was really beautiful. Like, I'd always heard it's an amazing trilogy, but I really maybe I just underestimated like just how hard this was going to hit once we got to the end of it. I really like these characters, man. Hiccup is just like, I relate to him, man. I do. Like, on a lot of levels. I think he's just such a sympathetic character, and he's such an interesting character as well. While not wholly original, we see a lot of these type of archetypes, especially these days, but he's just executed so well, and Jay Bushnell did a fantastic job voicing this character and bringing him to life, and really kind of encompassing that kind of like archetype very strongly and giving him this life. And just the characters around them. I still never really grew to really care about a lot of the supporting cast outside of Astrid. I loved Astrid and the blacksmith, his mom, like all of them were great. Even Eret, who was just introduced in the last film, I think he was a great character. It's just the other kids, other than Fishlegs, who I found charmingly endearing with his like knowledge of like dragons, his passion for it, the way he nerds out about them and stuff. He always entertained me. But like Ruffnut and Tuffnut always got on my nerves here and there, though I did find Ruffnut to be hilarious in this film, man. In this one, she was cracking me up. The beard thing was cute and fun and fine, and him trying to be the bigger man and give advice for Hiccup during his marital spouts or whatever, his relationship woes, as it were, was also a fun little bit. I don't know that I legitimately have liked a single moment from the other guy. I don't remember his name. The one that's like really trying to hit on Hiccup's mom. His stuff's never funny. He's never smart. He's never witty. And like, he just messes up all the time, dude. He just like, he's useless. Get rid of him. Eret though, bring him on. And I just love the dragon designs, the conceptual work that went into this world, the designs of the ecosystems, the different variations of the dragons. And I'm still so confused on the whole Light Fury, Night Fury thing. Because we saw 2 Light Furies in the hidden world when they found it, when we didn't even get a name for her, did we? Anyway, when the Light Fury led Toothless here, we saw 2 in the horizon, or at least 2 just straight dead center of the frame. I don't know if there were more. There may have been more that I just didn't see, but they were Light Furies. But this guy Grimmel claims to have killed all of the Night Furies. But at the same time, in the beginning when he captured this Light Fury, he said, "Oh, a female," as if that would work to lure in Toothless. So my question still stands, and maybe it just doesn't matter. I'm just trying to like figure out how this works in. Is Furies the classification of them both? Or are they 2 different species that can be compatible to breed? I was just always kind of confused about that. And in the long run, it doesn't matter. It's just something I was thinking about throughout this. I was like, what am I supposed to think about this? I know I was like, when she showed up, I was like, oh no, she's honeypotting him. But I don't think they would think like that because they are still very much animals in a lot of ways. Like they are highly intelligent, but I don't know if they think in ways like that because there's this innocence that comes from being an animal that I don't think they would conspire necessarily unless commanded or ordered to, and she was clearly captured. So like, but my brain immediately was like, oh no, she's part of the trap. And there was a trap there, but he knew that they would find that trap and then be on their back foot and be like, oh, there's a trap, there's people hunting us. So there's like this 5D chess game happening, and I was just like thinking she was involved in it for a hot minute. But then again, she was very, rightfully so, because humans are shitty, not chill with Toothless hanging out with this human, or Toothless even requiring this assistance of this human to even fly. The fact that he needed that fin to get out of there, she looked down upon. So there was this kind of like superiority air that she kind of carried around herself that was a little off-putting, but you get it, you got to get it from that other side, from her life perspective and stuff like that. So once Toothless was able to sustain himself on his own with the updated fin, she was like, now you're attractive, now we can play, now we can talk. I was like, a little sus right now, but in the end, she turned out okay. We had the little green goblin who you're going to save, and then she saved both, and then they helped each other, and they... Again, Hiccup continues to prove himself that not every human is bad and that they can be trusted, but not all of them can. And this whole thing was so beautiful. The closeout, the time skip, the stuff with Astrid being so supportive the entire way. And they're just a badass couple, man. Like the way they just are like systematically destroyed that ship they landed upon there just so casually with his sword and with the gas, and then that little moment with the explosion behind him where I totally thought they were going to kiss as everything was exploding, but they decided to just kind of keep on going. And I don't know how they had this many successful missions when they would always bring the Chaos Gang with them. I don't know how they've ever managed to get out of so many of these tight spots with this crew. Like, they just needed to go it on their own. But them all having the sky suits and swooping down when they didn't have the dragons because they were called away, and showing that they were capable on their own as people, that they didn't have to rely on the dragons anymore, that Hiccup didn't have to rely on the dragons anymore, is also a nice little development. Because that's another thing, like Hiccup always kind of saw himself as better because of that combination. Like, he thought Toothless was the reason that he was where he was or whatever. But like, if you go back and look at it, it's just like when you're on the front lines like that, maybe you don't always see your own self-worth, because look at the things that he built for them. Because he started off as a blacksmith's apprentice, and then obviously he was being groomed to be the next chief eventually. But like, you didn't see the small things, the things he built for the community, the things he designed up for himself, the thought up for himself. He was always a forward thinker. He was always a progressive thinker. He was always thinking about how to improve their lives outside of the more immediate or more superficial ways that they had been doing up until this point. You see that throughout, like in everything. He's always progressing. He's always inventing something new. His ingenuity, his mind, his heart was something that pushed them forward as a society. And I like that whole element of it. It's just a really beautiful little tale. And the music in this series was also phenomenal. Like when that theme kicked in towards the end and just started swelling in, dude, oh my god, it got the feels going. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this film. I really enjoyed this whole little trilogy, man. And I did see that they announced a live action adaptation of this is coming, and it's got some it's got a high bar to pass, and we know that these types of things don't always do well. Like, the track record's not great, so let's cross our fingers, because I really, really loved this this series, and I'm sad that we're done. And I know there's a whole show and stuff like that that bridges all the gaps, but I don't know if I'm going to get into all of that. At least maybe not here on the channel, but maybe I'll watch that one of these days for some supplementary information. But as far as the trilogy goes, it was very nice, neat, and self-contained, and just this beautifully simplistic tale on just change and evolution and empathy and sympathy. Like, a lot of these things that I feel like we really need to progress, to survive as really a species in the grand scheme of things. So we'll see how things go. Maybe one day the dragons will return and we'll be ready and we can coexist without any fighting in the world. Even in today's age, man, I don't think we're too far. I don't think that's anywhere near in the future. But guys, I think that's about all I got for right now, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you. What did you think of this film? What did you think of this trilogy? How do you feel about this as a conclusion to that trilogy? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. If you enjoyed this reaction, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. We got plenty more reactions coming your way in the future. And remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan, Karen, Philly Vane, Yori Korscom, Margaret Grace, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake Cantrell, and Tiff. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.